I like to look at signs. These are signs from Europe, and it's part of a new series I'm starting called Fun Things That I Have Seen. So one of the very first signs that I noticed was in Prague in the Czech Republic, and this is a sign for a pedestrian zone. And so you can see looks like a father and daughter here. The dad's got a nice little fedora cap on, and the little girl has an extremely large bow on. So really enjoyed that sign, and I hope you do too. These are some more signs from Prague, and you can see that the drawing of the human, where in the United States we see a little stick figure with not much detail, has a lot more detail. And again, the guy is wearing a little fedora. And I just think that that's fun, and it's really popular. I've noticed the hatted human is pretty popular around Europe. One thing I always look for is signs for school. So this is also in Prague in the Czech Republic, and you can see again the girl with a very large bow in her hair, and the little boy has a hat on, and I really enjoy their very pointy little noses. Here we can compare the school sign in the Czech Republic to the sign that I saw in Bruges in Belgium. And so we see that there's definitely a different hairstyle on the girl. The coat is, for each child, a lot longer, a bit more detail. The boy appears to be wearing a beret or something like that. Also, it's fun, as you can see, the little security camera right up above that, which is another thing you see a lot of. Here in Vienna, Austria, is a road sign for the pedestrian crossing, but it's pedestrian and bike crossing. So here we see green for go. We can also see this is on the edge of a one-way street. I particularly love how on the red sign you can see that the cyclist has really stopped. He's put one foot down, and the human is clearly not walking as compared to the walking and cycling. We can see the at rest here. So just a fun detail. Here's a sign that's really popular in all the cities of Europe, in the neighborhoods where you might find people out playing in the street, and it's kind of a blind curve. So you can see all the details here: homes, cars, people playing in the street, and the curve. And it's a good visual without words reminder to let people know, hey, be careful because there could be people playing here. Here's a roadwork sign from Bruges in Belgium, and you can see the man has a flat cap on, which is like a beret, but with a little visor in the front. And I adore that this worker here is wearing the wooden shoes. You can clearly see the wooden shoes that they are wearing as they're working. Here, also in Belgium and Bruges, is a sign warning you not to get too close to the canals. So we can see the very big hand with the no symbol, which is popular throughout Europe. And I enjoy that it has so much detail about all the problems that could happen to you if you were to get too close to this canal. There's whirlpools, you'll be in the water, you could fall over backwards into the canal, you could trip and fall into the canal, you could be smushed by some gates that are letting you into the canal. And letting you know that the proper toes on your shoes perhaps need to be worn, and that you need to stay 2 meters back. So a lot of detail in here. So it's not only roadwork signs that I enjoy looking at. In Copenhagen in Denmark, we noticed a lot of the signs and words appeared to be really long. So this is one of the food signs that we were pretty sure we could read, that there was probably some kind of hot dogs here, but still not entirely sure exactly what this sign said, but it's fun when you can see the length of the words that you might encounter, which is unusual for us. Here also in Copenhagen in Denmark, you can see a road sign because it's a very heavily bike city. This shows the 3 lanes of traffic. So the interior lane is for cars, and the 2 outer lanes are both for bicycles. So here we can see on the far right that the bicycle lane that is there has a green arrow so that they can turn now. However, the cycle lane that's in the middle has a red light because that cycle lane is stopped, as are the very largest traffic light there, which is for cars, that both that car and the cycle in the middle-ish lane there is stopped. So it's kind of different to see so many different directives on a single traffic light, because we're used to it being all included because we're only for cars. In Florence, Italy, it's really popular to take the standard signs that you see and for an artist to come in and to add some details. So here we see on this stop, do not enter sign, one made into a car with a little rear view mirror, one being sawn, and there's a lot of little details, especially in Florence. Pretty much every sign that you see usually has some kind of additional artwork that's been posted. So here on the one-way street sign of Florence, I leave you reminding you to look around. You never know what interesting things you can see. Thank you.